All right, Simon Miller here. And if you don't know, I mean, you may have seen some of my other videos where I like rag on Nintendo. That's basically a massive joke. I think Nintendo is probably the best video game company, not only in history, but even 100 years in the future. I'm still probably going to be like, Nintendo is the best. And one of my favorite games, probably my favorite series maybe ever, I'd have to sit down and think about that, is Mario Kart. And I didn't even realize, I knew Mario Kart Tour was a thing, but I had no idea it was coming out today, because clearly I'm oblivious to that stuff. But I saw it trending on Twitter because people wanted to play it and they couldn't because the servers were down and Nintendo was doing maintenance. But I made sure I downloaded that thing straight away. And I've been enjoying it so much. It's been my, I've got 5 minutes here, I've got 5 minutes there activity today. And I think it is absolutely brilliant. And I never say that about mobile games, because usually I find when you take a series or a franchise like Mario Kart and you try and shrink it down, you're already fighting an uphill battle, because it's been going on since, like 1991. People are so used to the controls, they're used to the drift mechanic, and all of a sudden telling people, oh, now you got to do it with your fingers, you're probably going to confuse a lot of people, and I'm not going to lie, that will be your first impression when you try and play this. I thought it was the equivalent of someone saying, Simon, take your nose and put your big toe up your nostril. Like, what are you talking about? I can't do that. I'm not flexible enough. And even if I got to that point, what am I meant to do with this? However, somehow, given that it's just the Nintendo and the Mario Kart magic, when you do start sliding your thumb left to right and understanding how to drift, I mean, really, if you just pretend that your thumb is a joystick or whatever you want to call it, it soon becomes second nature. And you still make mistakes, like you just saw there. As soon as you like lose the magic and lose your momentum, that is it. It takes you about 3 or 4 seconds to get it back. But once you're in the zone, somehow, I mean, for me, it took around about 3 minutes. And like I say, it was like I've been doing this all my life. The key is absolutely to make sure you take your thumb off the screen. I mean, there's so many games that I've played on mobile where you're encouraged to keep your thumb on the screen. But as long as you remember, oh yeah, I've got to take my fingers off the screen. And obviously, you know, you swipe left to drift left and you swipe right to drift right. But what you can actually start doing, much like you would if you were playing it on the Switch or whatever, is if as you're drifting right, as I'm about to do here, or I'm not, but if say you're about to drift right, you can still use your other thumb to kind of straighten up your drift, and that is the coolest thing about Mario Kart. That's when you start getting the speed boost, that's when you start getting competitive, and hopefully, you know, if you're better at it than everybody else, that's when you'll start to get into first place. So from a gameplay point of view, I mean, it won me over in about 10 minutes. I'm not going to lie, I am biased because I love Mario Kart, but if it was absolutely shocking, I certainly wouldn't keep going back to my phone to pick it up. And loads of tracks are on there that you're going to recognize, and that's kind of a thrill as well, I guess. You know, be it from the SNES or the GameCube or, again, like I say, the Switch, whatever. Now getting to play that on your phone or in a very sort of, you know, stripped back way. You know, if you're a long-term fan like me, there is something cool about that. It is going to get in your head and probably put a smile on your face, because deep down we're all nerds, deep down we're all geeks, but there's nothing wrong with that. It's everything else around it that I'm still trying to get my head around, hence why I haven't called this a review. So what? It's now 5 p.m. by the time I'm recording this, and I've been playing it since about, 8 o'clock this morning. But it is a game which is kind of different from Nintendo. If you played Mario Go, where that was just spend £8 and we'll just give you everything else, this is very much a free-to-play or free-to-start experience, but then it wants you to drop money on. I mean, the big thing it seems to want you to drop money on, I mean, coins now operate as a currency system, and you can use this pipe thing. It's like you can buy characters outright. Like Yoshi is in my, I think you unlock things as you go too, but Yoshi is in my inventory right now, and he's going to cost 800 coins. And I think playing it all day, I've got up to like 300, something like that. So it's a bit of a process, as all these games are. But at saying that, at no time I've never felt the need to do that. And I can already tell that, because I mean, I started off with Toad, right? I started off with a cart, and I started off with one of the aircraft bits and bobs, whatever you want to call them. And obviously, different carts are going to make you better at the game. But so far, I've certainly been competitive and never felt like I've been pushed with my back against the wall. And I think that's important. I'm not saying it's not going to get like that. And if you're not into microtransactions, or you don't like when mobile games do this, then yeah, it may put you off. And there is kind of a whole subsystem here that you have to learn. You have rubies, you have coins, you have something else. You level up your carts, you level up your character, and that will unlock other things. There's coin rush challenges that you can get involved with that will get you more coins. And like I say, most things come through this pipe mechanic where you shoot up from the pipe and you will unlock something. So in that sense, it's very much like a loot box, which obviously is in all the news and in all the papers these days. We'll have to see how all of that pans out. I am talking about it purely from a very reactionary, what do I think of this huge franchise that has now been shrunk down onto my Apple iPhone. And I'm happy to say that I can see myself playing this for a long damn time. And I don't play that many games on mobile. It's not like I'm a big mobile guy, but I have been looking for something that, again, I can just pick up and put down whenever I want. and hits my video game gland. And I think that's it. So my first impressions are that it kicks ass, but I will certainly come back in a few weeks, if anything. Well, I'll come back regardless in a few weeks and let you know if anything changes. Right, we've got a couple of races here that I'm just going to let play out in case you just want to see how the game operates or get an idea of how erratic. This course especially, my word, it was hard. But like I say, hopefully you'll be able to see once you get into the flow. It is pretty cool. Mario Kart Tour. I mean, Nintendo, man. What a flipping great game company. Never stop making games, my friends. Yeah, put a smile on my damn face.